Welcome in, my gorgeous Geminis. This is Kelsey with Youngblood Tarot, and we are going to start out with a few messages from the Rainbow Brainskull Oracle deck. So let's get a couple messages for Gemini here. Let me know in the comments what your Gemini placement is, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or anything else you got going on. And remember to like the video for me, please. Let's see. There is no such thing as the end, Gemini. Only the strangest change there has ever been. Ooh. Alright. So don't fear death here, Gemini. Don't fear change. Nothing is truly ending for you. You are just jumping into a mysterious new cycle here that's going to have its own wonders. So many surprises coming in for you. Let's see what else you got. Relax. It's still just the loading screen. Okay, so I feel like you're still just at the beginning of a new journey here. And this is the time to really be creative, you know, get enjoyment out of this. Don't put so much pressure on yourself for things to be perfect because you're just getting started. You're just loading up here right now. And then you never get there and you never stay here. Okay, so definitely do have a goal in mind. Do keep your eye on the prize, but don't be focused solely on that. Don't feel this like frustration mounting that you're not to the goal yet, because the true beauty's in the journey, okay? And you're not going to stay stuck at the level that you're at right now. You're going to keep continuing to move forward in this beautiful rainbow here. Okay, and then I'm noticing the repeating spirals here. So just this cycle of life, this continuity, this thread of the universe. I want to go ahead and read the guidebook. So this is actually card 1. That'll be easy to find. And it's just calling me to read the guidebook here. All right. Sometimes we forget everything that comes before you press play. Trust the process and take the time to warm up, because the game is about to begin. We always wish that we had more time to prepare. Right now, you actually do. Okay? So take your time in preparation right now. I feel like you are just jumping into a beautiful new cycle in your life. Maybe you're letting go of like an old cycle that you've been stuck in, and you're really preparing to jump into a whole new game here where you're going to be leveling up continuously. That's what I'm seeing for you here. All right, let's go ahead and get your tarot messages going. I am using the Biddy tarot deck today. I pulled this out for like a more somber reading recently, and it just felt so good in my hands. Like, this isn't my first deck, but this is the deck that I really learned on, you know, whereas before I was just like looking at meanings in the guidebook. This is the deck where I actually mastered the meanings and where I started getting tarot readings to others. So it felt really good to read from this deck, and I just wanted to continue on with that for right now. All right, we got a couple popping out here. We've got the 6 of Swords, so moving forward. So I feel as if you've learned some perhaps painful lessons here, and you're fleeing this negative situation, and you're moving towards something new, okay? So this is kind of like the journey before you get to the new place. All right, so this is kind of like your preparation time. So these swords represent the lessons you've learned, and you're carrying them forward into this next level here. All right, so I wonder what you moved on from. Let's get a few more messages for you. popping out for you here? All right, the High Priestess. So really relying on your intuition right now. I feel like your intuition's been strengthened through these things that you've gone through these lessons that you've learned. You're learning to really trust your intuition. You may have had a lot of anxiety in the past, and it can be easy to confuse anxiety with intuition. There have been times where I've done that, and where I've even, you know, questioned a decision I made, like, was that just solely based on anxiety? But I feel like once you get into a good place with like your mental health, once your life is feeling more stable, that's when you can really start to trust that inner voice. That's where you can really start to know that, you know, these images, these thoughts that are popping through your head, you know, these dreams that are having, when you wake up with this feeling and this knowing, that you can trust that. You've built that up within yourself. And then the Wheel of Fortune. So, wow, that's just a confirmation here that you are moving on to a new cycle right now. So, with this Six of Swords, I'm also seeing that it's a positive new cycle, you know, because this card can go either way. From, you know, it can crush kings, and it can raise those with no power to a place of power. And I do feel with this card, this is showing you moving from a negative to a more positive cycle here. And I feel like it's going to be one that has a lot of surprises for you. It's going to be one with a lot of creativity, with a lot of leveling up, with a lot of things that, you know, you can set your plan, you can set your goal, but things are going to pop in for you that you're going to have to deal with, you know, you're going to have to adjust. And I feel like this is beautiful, you know. Isn't it far more beautiful to have something unexpected come up and something new, something you couldn't even imagine? All right, I want to get an idea of any challenges that Gemini might have to face as they're moving to this new cycle here. What sort of challenges might pop up for Gemini in their new journey? Ace of Wands. So this is a lot of passion. This is a new beginning. It may be that you were wanting to kind of stick with the foundation that you had set up already, that you weren't wanting to move on to something completely new. But don't fear that ending, okay? It will be a beautiful new beginning. That's what I'm seeing here. Let go of that fear. Eight of Pentacles, so it's going to be a lot of hard work. And it may be difficult for you to stay the course, you know. It may be that you have so much passion coming in that you just want to jump in from idea to idea, and you just feel all this energy flowing, and you're wondering, you know, why isn't it manifesting instantly? Because that's how powerful it feels. But, you know, this is going to take some work. You're still just in the preparation phase here. Okay? You're still just beginning. You're still moving out of something that wasn't working for you. Something that wasn't in your highest good. So it will take a lot of time and effort for you to get there. But it's going to be worth it here. This beautiful new cycle will be worth it for you. Okay. Anything else that wants to show up for us, for Gemini? Any other challenges we need to be aware of? Four of Swords. Okay. So this could be an illness or an injury that's kind of slowing you down a little bit here, or just a need to rest, you know, all this new passionate energy that's coming through. It can take a lot out of you, you know, especially when you still have your day-to-day responsibilities that you have to tend to. So really pay attention to your physical health here. And your mental health as well. I'm hearing that your mental health, you know, maybe he's meditating here. There's a blessing going on in this window. So maybe he's, you know, communing with his spirit guides, asking for a blessing, asking for the correct path forward. Okay, so you may just want to go, go, go with all this passionate energy. But know that you need to, you know, lay a solid foundation, put in the work. It's going to be kind of a little bit of, you know, starting over here. And then Four of Cups. So I'm feeling that other things may just not be as appealing to you right now. You have so much passion. You have such a new, beautiful, exciting beginning that those day-to-day tasks that I mentioned before, they're just not really lighting you up at this point. You're like, no, you know, I've got all these cups over here. I really don't need this one. Like, I'm good. However, you know, you still will have these things in your life that require your attention, and they may just feel a little bit, you know, a little bit boring at this point in time. But I feel that as you build up this new beginning, as you put in this work, it'll just grow and grow to the point where you won't be feeling so unenthused by these other things, you know. Perhaps you'll reach a level of success where you won't have to put so much focus on those things that aren't really lighting you up anymore. And you'll be able to focus on the new exciting opportunities and cycles you're jumping into. So let's get some more info about opportunities and blessings coming in for Gemini right now. We know there's a new beginning coming. We know there's a glorious new cycle. Let's get some more information on it. Knight of Swords. Coming in fast and hot right now, okay? So I feel like this is something for you, Gemini, that's really getting your mind going here, okay? So this passionate pursuit has got you all up in your super intelligent, creative brain right now. And you're just charging toward that new idea. And this card is saying to follow that enthusiasm here. Take action, move it forward. What other blessings and opportunities do we have for Gemini for this new cycle? The Ten of Swords. So we have an opportunity to let something go. We have an opportunity to completely leave it behind. Just like with the Six of Swords. You're moving forward, okay? What's in the past is dead, done, and over with, all right? It has no hold on you anymore. It's completely finished. You don't get any more done than that, Gemini. Okay, and we typically see the sun rising on this card. I have another deck that shows a spirit floating above, so, you know, don't let the negative imagery of this one get you down, because with all of the other cards I'm seeing for you, it's definitely a positive new beginning. That painful cycle is over with. Okay, what else for opportunities and blessings for Gemini? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yep. The Five of Swords. Okay. So as this is a blessing and an opportunity, I do see this as you know, doing what it takes to get a victory here. Taking a risk, you know. This person in the front here, they're the winner. These people are walking away. They've given up. They've left their swords behind. So you're collecting all the swords here. So I feel like this is, you know, telling you to put your all in it. Put your full effort in it. You know, leave no stone unturned. Don't play the nice guy. You know, don't dull yourself down so that others aren't intimidated by your shine. Don't do that. You want to shine fully. It's okay. It's okay to be the winner here, okay? It's okay to be the victor. Then you've got the 10 of Cups. So I'm seeing this as like a beautiful vision moving forward in this new cycle. Happy, surrounded by people who love you. Looking at the positive side of things, you know, really basking in that rainbow, surrounding yourself with friends and family. All right, so share your new idea, share your new cycle, beam that outward. And then the 7 of Swords. So I know I did say strategy when I pulled this card up. So, you know, this is calling to mind strategy here as well. Okay, so instead of, you know, fighting that war, he's stealing the other side's swords. He's using his intellect. All right. Your mind is your strongest quality, Gemini. And I see a lot of sword cards in your reading. Okay, so this is just being true to yourself here. Use your strong faculties, use your mind, be strategic, research, so that you can, you know, plan, right? Prepare, so that you can step into this new cycle just ready to go, ready to charge in. All right, so don't hold back here. Use your strengths. Perfect. Any other advice from the tarot? Any other advice from the tarot? All right. So the King of Swords. So that's you, Gemini. But this can also be, you know, a trusted advisor. So if there is someone that you can lean on to get knowledge from, who's been there before, if you feel like you need help from someone, lean on them. But other than that, just like I said, be in your energy, you know, hold your boundaries without being too harsh. Use your mental faculties, use your creativity here, and just don't be afraid to shine, to stand out, to be your true self. Don't let fear of others' judgment or like an over empathizing with them, like, oh, well, if I shine too brightly, then this person will feel bad. Don't let that stand in your way, okay? Perfect. I'm excited for you. I want to get a couple practical messages from the Spirit Shield Oracle deck. Give us a few details to focus on, perhaps some timing coming in for you. So that would be nice if we had some timing on as far as like when you're moving from the planning phase into the action phase. So we had Meddler coming out, steering you in the wrong direction, bad advice, advising you instead on what's best for them, interfering, being nosy. Okay, so maybe that's why we got that advice for you to like be strong in your presence, not hold back as far as, you know, your strategy goes, to do what's right for you. Don't let someone else's words and someone else's false guidance lead you down the wrong path here. Okay, Gemini, you have that High Priestess card. All right, so trust your intuition. Trust your prior knowledge that you've gained here. All right, you don't need to be listening to someone's advice, and perhaps they're not even, you know, advising you in your best interest. Okay, so follow your intuition. You've already learned these lessons and taken them forward. You don't need this crappy advisor. Okay. You do not need them. Follow your gut. What else for Gemini? Give us some practical messages. Give us some good advice, timing messages. Yes. Okay. So if there was a question on your mind when you clicked into the reading, if there's something that's been weighing on you, the answer is yes. So what you want to pursue is the right path for you, okay? It's going to happen for you. This is the answer you've been seeking. Make that decision that's been on your heart. And then assets. So savings, insurance, planning for retirement. Okay. So maybe just keeping an eye on your assets moving forward as you dive into this new cycle. You know, that might be what you're seeing, is that like your material wealth is following, that you're just seeing a positive new start in multiple directions, that it's not just this passion, but that you've got the material behind you as well. Or if you're not feeling that yet, that's something to keep an eye on, to keep, you know, cognizant of when you're making a change in your career or your life path, just to make sure you're setting yourself up well for the future. Let's get a few more messages from the Spirit Shield Oracle for our gorgeous Geminis. Yes. Yes. Okay. So we've got death coming in here. So, you know, money coming through from an inheritance. You may have a sick loved one. This says you will regret not saying goodbye. So, if there isn't anyone you know that's in ill health, just make sure that you are taking a chance to speak to them. You know, you don't want something like that to happen where you regret, you know, not offering forgiveness or not offering a final goodbye. I really didn't want to show this card because I just honestly don't like just the mix of messages on here. But death, as far as death going in the tarot, that's like the moment that you decide to change. That's the moment where you overcome that fear of letting go. And we did see that 10 of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like, you know, it could be referring to that as well, where you've just got this fear of like letting go of a part of you that you've held on to for so long. This fear of moving past that negative cycle of just not knowing who you'll be, you know? Like for me, I used to be addicted to marijuana, which I know a lot of people think that sounds silly, but I really was addicted to it. And I had this thought of like, well, if I don't smoke anymore, who am I? Like, what am I gonna do with my time? Because like that was how I kind of had my escape, and you know that caused me to spend some time outside, and it's just mostly just a lot of fear though, of just not knowing what the path forward is without that crutch and without that, you know, what I know now is a hindrance. So that's kind of what that's calling to mind for me here, is that maybe there's just something negative. Could be a habit like with me, or it could be a person, like a relationship where you just feel scared that you don't know who you'll even be once you move past that. But I know that you are moving into something positive. So lean on your friends here, okay? If you have to let something go, you do have a good support system, where you can build a support system. Even there may even be a community, you know, like a community for breaking addictions, a community for dealing with breakups. Like, lean on those people. And I do see success coming in for you here, okay? So you are going to have financial stability. You are working in a passionate way toward a successful future here. Wonderful. Let's get a few messages from the Realest Oracle. I like to go to the Realest Oracle for advice. So what advice do you have for my gorgeous Geminis here? Let us know. Let us know. Create. Okay. So I told you that you were going to be stepping into your creativity and having a creative and passionate new beginning. So don't let the fear of making a mistake get in the way, you know? Doesn't have to be perfect, Gemini. Just create. Just make something. All right. What else? Give us some guidance, Spirit, for the sign of Gemini. Tidy up, okay? So you're in that preparation stage. It's time to get your physical environment in order, all right? That's going to help you with your mental clarity. That's going to help you get rid of the things that are no longer serving you. And just having a fresh, clean environment, that's part of your preparation stage for your new beginning. So I see that as being really important for you right now. And it can feel so good while you're doing it too, you know? Just think of it like, hey, I don't have to go to the gym. I'm going to get my exercise tidying up. And then it can also be meditative too, right? You can have a lot of nice thoughts, creative thoughts flow through while you're cleaning. And getting away from screens for a little bit. Okay, then inner strength. So you are going to need to use your inner strength to power through. There are going to be some challenges coming in, but you will be able to face them. Okay. So just a little bit of struggle, challenge, moving from one phase to another. I see this moon here moving through its phases. All right. So this is just a transition period for you here right now. All right, then I do want to get one card from the Seasons of the Witch Litha Oracle. So this is our summer Seasons of the Witch deck. And this deck is pretty new. It was released, I believe, June or May this year. And it is definitely new to me. So I will read from the guidebook. It has a beautiful guidebook. One of the best guidebooks I've seen as far as messages go. I've been really happy. I think this deck is just so beautiful. The illustrations, it's so unique with messages that I don't see elsewhere. So we only need one, please. We only need one. Okay. So we have card 41, Sun Tea, coming in for you here. All right, so let me find this in the guidebook for you, Gemini. Sun Tea. Slow, intentional, delicious, interweaving with life, holds more magic than you think. Love it. So in this preparation state that we were talking about, she's preparing her sun tea. And I think this is funny. This sun to me looks like an egg yolk in the sky. So I see you cooking, preparing things. Let's see what the guidebook has to say. So keyword, slow magic, calm living, simplicity. Love it. Sun tea is slow magic in the most delicious way possible. Just fill a mason jar with fruit and herbs and let the sun gently extract precious nutrients. It's the easiest form of folk healing, a wonderful way to nourish your body and mind. Whether you're doing it for physical or spiritual reasons, Gemini, sometimes the biggest magic is found in the smallest acts of bliss. Simplify, 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 simplify. All right, so that brings to mind the tidy up card. So simplify down. Less is more when pulling the Sun Tea card. Don't make things harder than they need to be by introducing too many options, too many steps, or too many people. In a world where everything is maxed out and amplified, this card advises you to keep things as uncomplicated as possible. Rather than focusing on doing more, scale back and do less really well. Okay, this is calling to mind the Four of Swords. Scale back. Make time for rest. Focus on the little things. All right. A chocolate cookie with brown butter, slowly aged whiskey, basil, and artisanal sea salt sounds lovely, but so does a good old-fashioned chocolate chip cookie baked to perfection. Adding extra layers is fine when the foundation is good, but otherwise it's just a busy mess that's all bark and no bites. Okay, so make sure you're doing your preparation and getting a good foundation. There's no rush to move things along faster than is necessary, so you can slow down and rest assured that you aren't missing out. Don't feel pressured to go out when you don't feel like it, or say yes to an opportunity just because it's available. The whole world doesn't need to be famous or rich or eccentric or living a life in the fast lane. No lifestyle is bad or wrong as long as it fulfills your needs. Okay, great. And then there's a Sun Tea recipe spell here. I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but I believe it just talks about putting in intentionality into your Sun Tea recipe. So if you are making Sun Tea, or if you are, otherwise cooking or preparing something, just to put love and intention into it, Gemini. Okay? Leave those old pains and those old worries behind. Release that and just prepare to walk into a new cycle. A new surprising creative journey is coming in for you. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you feel called to donate. I did leave my Cash App and Venmo in the description. Otherwise, I will see you next time.